And here I am with yet another amazing session put up for you. And today's topic is work and life balance. So I have with me today someone really special from across the globe. My very good friend, Alberto Cartier. He is from Spain, one of the most heard of cities these days. And I'm really happy that he's going to be here with me on this show today. So let me tell you a little something about this show. This show is on Thursdays every 6 p.m. and it is put together with the idea of giving you a different perspective than you listening to me all the time. You know, I'd like you to listen to people from across my network, across the country, across the world. And today, Alberto is by profession, he is a coach in the mental health industry. He speaks 7 different languages. He is an amazing friend, and I met him for one of the workshops that I had gone to Spain for to learn how to walk on fire. So I hope all of you are ready, and I'm really excited to bring him on. So we're just going to wait for a second for him to come on, and I think he is on. I'm going to bring him in.
In 3, 2, 1.
There he is. Welcome, Alberto. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, India. How you doing, Shalini? It's so great to be here.
Yes, it's good evening over here in India. So we're heading towards the night now. How is it there?
Okay.
How's the weather there?
Here is, we have great weather today, up to 26 Celsius, so it's great. And we're allowed to go for a run, so we are happy about it.
Wow! So congratulations on that. Yes, we've seen Spain go through a lot of stress, and I'm really happy that everything's coming back to normal there. And I hope the same here. So we have 32 degrees today.
You.
Yeah, we have 32 degrees here today. It's really hot.
That's wonderful.
Awesome. So our topic for today is, I welcome all of our guests. We have some people signing in already. Our topic for today that we decided to take on is work and life balance, right? So are you ready? Let me bombard you with all my questions. I never knew that my show would be so popular so soon. It would go global.
Well, that's wonderful. Then that means that you are doing a great job. So that's really good.
Yeah, very good. So, okay, so my first question is that I put out the topic as work and life balance, but what is your understanding of this subject?
Okay, my understanding is that the first mistake we all do is that we separate work and life, like it's 2 different things.
Yes.
What I think is that we only have one life.
Okay.
And then we have to balance a lot of different things within our life. As soon as we make work the most important thing, we are already saying that something is extra important. And I don't agree with that.
Okay. So what you're saying is that it's all equally important. Everything that you do is all a balance already. We just create the imbalance, don't we?
If we want a balanced life, everything should be more or less equally important, like the wheel of life. You have all your 7 or 8 different areas and you want to balance them out.
Yes.
What we do in our society, both in India and Spain, is that we take the majority of time to work. You know, like 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours. And then we cheat ourselves because we say, okay, but I have 8 hours to work, 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to leisure time for myself.
Yes.
But with our 8 hours, we commute to work, we have lunch at work, and then we get back.
Yes. Yes.
So at the end of the day, we're devoting like 10, 12, 14 hours just for work. It would be like going to the gym and only working your right arm. Like you work your right arm and you only work that. You don't do your left arm, you don't do your chest, your legs, so you end up having like a huge arm, but the rest of your body will not be balanced. You will be
wobbly.
Wobbly, exactly.
That would be a funny looking person, isn't it?
Well, that's what we do, but because it's in our minds, we don't see that we've been wobbly in that sense.
Yes, that's so true. It's amazing how we chase certain things at such a pace, and the more important things are left behind many times. So we say that we must balance life, and we must put aside time from work to spend with our personal life and things like that. But like less is more, we always emphasize on, or at least I always emphasize on less is more. But what about the people who stress on saying, well, education costs money and health costs money, and so I have to work hard? What suggestion do you give to such people who will prioritize and tell you, hey, this costs money and that costs money, and that's why I work so hard?
They are totally right. Education costs money, food costs money, health costs money, everything costs money. And we have a limited resource, so our level of wealth is limited.
Right.
If you want to use your time to change it for money, if you want to use your life to change it for money so you can accumulate the most money or the most cars or the most houses or the most education, and you do that consciously, I think it's great. What I say is, and it's not my opinion, but many people say it is,
Yes.
be aware of what you're doing. Don't go through life on autopilot. Because we are taught since we're toddlers to go through life on autopilot. You need to do this, and you need to go to kindergarten, and you need to go to school, and to high school, and to college if you can afford college, and then get a job, and then get a wife, and then get a kid.
Yes, it's
and
like
then
a circle.
You go through life on autopilot. You have a default life.
Yes.
So stop and think what you actually want to do, because you probably want to do something with your life that you have not even stopped and think what it is. So what do you want to do with your life? Just stop and think about it. And if you want to make money, go and make money, but don't do that just because everybody else is doing it and you're in a productive society.
Right. Okay, so tell us about yourself. I mean, how do you maintain that balance when, what kind of activities or day course do you go through to maintain that regular balance between work and, what you like to do?
What I do, and I think, of course, that's why I do it, because I think it's a good idea, is that every week I check how my life balance is. Because life is like a high, powerful river with a huge stream. So if you go and check for a while, then you'll go back to your default autopilot life.
Yeah.
So every week on Sunday, because our week starts here on Monday, so on Sunday I see from 1 to 10 on the 7 or 8 areas of my life, on the wheel of life, where am I standing? Where am I standing on love and friendship, on work, of course, on spirituality, on contribution, on education? What's my position there? And, for a wheel to turn, it has to be round.
Right.
So theoretically, ideally, we should devote the same amount of time to everything.
Yes.
But of course, that's never going to happen.
Correct.
But we need to make it as round as possible.
Right.
So we are devoting time to...
So what do you do? Do you write it down, or do you draw something? Like, how do you do it? How do you check that balance?
I like to do it in the computer. So what I did is put the 7 areas of life, and I assign a score from 1 to 10, and then I create one of those spider graphs that tells me how my life is going, how round it is.
Right.
So at the beginning, it was not round at all. It was like totally without shape. It was like
more of a smashed oval sort of.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like I was not doing enough for my spirituality. I was not paying enough attention to some of my friends, because I was more focused on working and on things. But with this, you can check every week, and okay, we're doing. I had a great week. I saw this friend and that friend, and I had coffee and I had beers and whatever. So that would be this week. Friendship would be 9 or 10. Great.
Okay.
How much time did I spend with myself?
Right.
Like for personal growth or for learning things.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do a lot of that this week, so that would be in 3.
Okay.
So how much time did I spend working? Okay, I'm a freelance, so I don't have like a 9 to 5 timetable.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this week I have worked 6. And
Correct.
you see that your will is not round. And if it's not round, it will not flow. And you want it to flow.
Yes. So that's a very good point. I do it on the book mostly, on the notepad. And it can be done by people who run their own business, also people who do their jobs, just an evaluation every week. Yeah. Where are you heading? In which direction, basically? And if you have to get back to the more important, then what steps or action plan do you need? That's a very good point. Has it ever come to you? Have you ever had an event where you had to choose between something that you had to do and something you wanted to do?
Of course. We
Yes?
all have.
Can you just narrate that to us? What was that conflict like, and which one did you choose? Which side did you go?
Well, it was years ago, and that was, in retrospective, it was very important because it was a learning point for me. Of course,
Right.
I chose work
Yeah.
because we have the sentence, "This is work," and that's like, this is the Holy Bible. This is the holy, whatever holy thing that you consider
Work
holy.
is worship.
Because
Yes.
it's work. Yeah, it's like, no, it's work. And if you say that you have to do something because it's work, everyone understands and allows you to do whatever you want because it's work.
Yes,
Which
that's a
I
great
profoundly believe it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'm not going to this personal event that matters a lot, like my kid's function or a meeting with a friend that I have not seen in years or whatever, because I have to work. And if you have to work, everything is okay. So, of course, back then, I chose to work. And it was a mistake. And it was great because you learn a lot more from your mistakes than what you can learn from your successes. So now I would have done it differently, and I would have done the personal part, which was more fulfilling for me than work.
Yes. So I do get that excuses a lot from a lot of my friends. Would you want to go here? I'm busy. What are you busy doing? Work. What work is that? I can't explain. Yes. So yes. So tell us. When I was going through your profile, in there it wrote that you speak 7 languages. Which are those 7 languages?
Well, it's 7 languages with different degrees. 3 are more or less the same level: English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Okay.
Then I can make myself understand and understand people. I call it like beer level because I can communicate and ask for a beer in French and Italian. And then 2 local languages from Spain that I can understand and translate into Spanish, English, or Portuguese, which is Catalonian and Galician.
Wow. I know 4 languages: English, Hindi, Marathi, and a little bit of Gujarati. But still, I can't compete with you there. Okay, tell me how.
I cannot even pronounce the
the name of the
you speak.
language.
Yeah, the name of the language. So, yes.
Right. So tell me, how would you say I am very busy in Spanish?
Okay, it would be estoy muy ocupado.
Okay, and how about Portuguese? Did you say Portuguese? Did you say? Yes.
Portuguese, yes.
Yes, Portuguese.
It could be something like estou muito ocupado.
It sounded the same to me. Okay, Italian.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beer level, remember.
Sorry? I am
It's
very
beer
busy.
level.
Yeah, I am very busy in all languages. I don't like the sentence. Great. So, what are some of the
It's
bad
not a good
habits?
sentence.
It's not a
For
good
me, if you're very busy, you're not planning properly.
Yes, time management deficiency. Then you can attend one of our workshops. Either you can attend my time management workshop,
Exactly.
or you can connect with Alberto. And by the end of the session, I think you should put down your email address and maybe your contact number where people can get in touch
I'll do
with
that.
you. So they can we can help them with planning a balanced life, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And they can ask questions now if they want. You can write your questions and we'll go right for it.
Yes. So while I'm
So,
asking
yeah.
him the questions and keeping him busy, please do. I'm saying hello to everyone again. Please do write your questions down, and we'll take it from there. I hope you guys are enjoying the session. So Alberto, what are some of the bad languages? Bad languages. What are some of the bad habits that you think keep people busy but not really effective? You know, they're not busy doing the
Yeah,
right things, but they're
I
busy. So
understand.
what are
Yes.
some of those bad habits you think?
So the first one is not thinking, going through life in autopilot. This is what
Right.
I'm supposed to do, so this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep on doing it until I die because that's what is supposed to happen. That's
Yes.
like the worst thing ever. I was
Right.
watching a talk the other day, and it's like having the same year 75 times and calling that a life.
Yes.
Robin Sharma said that. That's not having a rich and fulfilling life. If you want a fulfilling life, you need to know what you want to do. And if once you know what you want to do, then you can go towards your goal. And to
Yes.
go towards your goal, you need to work on a monotask system. They told
Okay.
us that the multitask was wonderful because we can Instagram and email and watch a movie and everything at the same time. And it's total bullshit. It's a lie. It's not true. You take time. Our brain can only focus on one thing at a time.
Yes.
So if you try to do several things at the same time, or if you assign 2 minutes to this and 2 minutes and 2 minutes, you're going to be wasting tons of time shifting from one task to the other. So
Yes.
the first thing would be monotasking, not multitasking.
Yeah. So the bad habits we were saying is one is thinking, right? Thinking and not really. I mean, people don't think; they just go through life
Exactly.
on an autopilot. Yes. What are the other bad languages? Why am I saying languages so much? What are the other bad habits? Bad habits. Yes.
So the first one is not thinking about what you want, just being fed on whatever you are educated in, whatever you were brought up with. So the
Yes.
first one, you need to think. Instead of thinking about bad habits, why don't we change that to good habits?
Okay.
Because
Let's go with
things
that.
that is good that you do instead of things that is bad that you're doing. Okay? So good habits to think, to decide for yourself. Okay, do I want to get married? Maybe I don't want to get married. Maybe I don't want to have kids. Maybe I don't want to get a proper job and I want to be doing something else. I don't know. It's your choice, it's your life. So work it the best way for you. Figure it out for yourself. So the first one is thinking.
Okay.
Once you have decided what you want, go for it. And go for it thinking mindly. You know, you have a goal and you go for it. It's like if you go down to buy the bread and before you go to the bakery, you get to the bakery, you stop at the kiosk and buy the press. And then you see a friend and you stop and you talk with a friend. And then you see another friend and you stop. And then you see a shoe shop and you go to buy some shoes. When you get to the bakery, it's going to be closed. You are without bread.
Yes. Right.
So go towards your goal. So think about your goal.
Yes.
Plan about it. I wrote it there so
Yes,
all
please
your
read that
viewers
for
can
us.
have it. And
Yes.
it's in Spanish and in English.
Yes, can you
So-
read that out for us in English because we can see it the other way around. You know, it's the mirror
Okay.
image basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to turn to see.
Yes.
It's think for yourself, plan and take action, and feel what you want. Don't think about what you want, because when you think, that's mental. But
Right.
you feel what you want. And if you feel what you want, you cannot make a mistake because your whole body is telling you that. And that's
Yes.
wonderful. And it's the same message in Spanish.
Awesome. Okay. So there is a person by the name of Crumbled Pages. Interesting Instagram name. And I don't know whether
Yeah.
it's a he or a she, but the question is how keep oneself motivated when procrastination dominates? Interesting question. Yes. Like you said, think, and then we have a lot of people who only think. Like they can think
Yeah.
endlessly.
There's one saying that is called paralysis by analysis.
Yes. So what advice do you have for them who endlessly only think?
Thinking is great, and you can spend tons of time in your brain and think about tons of things, and that's wonderful if that's what you want to do. But It's a great question because we all procrastinate. I procrastinate. I'm sure Shalini, you procrastinate, and
Yes,
tons of
on
our
some
youth
things I do, yes.
procrastinate.
Yes.
But we always procrastinate with something we don't really want to do for some reason.
Okay.
So when I'm procrastinating, and I cannot talk for the whole of the human race, but when I'm procrastinating and when my clients are procrastinating, it's because the goal is not properly set.
Right.
If your goal is not properly set, it's not motivating you enough. The first question well, not the first question, but in the first 5 minutes of my coaching sessions, one of the questions is, from 0 to 10, how motivated are you? How much do you want to get this?
Right.
And flash news here, if it's not 10, you're not going to get I think you...
I'm
Okay,
sorry, I
we're
missed you
back.
there. Can you just repeat that sentence that you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Motivation, how much do you want something from 0
Yes.
to 10? If
Yes.
it's not 10 and it's difficult, you're not
Yeah.
going to get it.
Correct.
So if you're procrastinating, instead of doing what we all do, which I believe is a mistake because it doesn't work in the long term, which is to apply willpower. And
Right.
the problem with willpower is that willpower depletes throughout the day. So if you
Right.
use your willpower, it will deplete, like in a video game. You will get less and less and less.
Yes.
But if you use your will, if you actually want to do something, and you have a goal, and your goal is, I don't know, to run a marathon,
Yes.
you cannot go out and run 20 kilometers on the first day.
Correct.
You have to go little by little. And then you have to think, what do I run to marathon for? Why do I want to do this?
Right.
So when you procrastinate, it's because you are not properly motivated to do that. It
Yes.
could be because you have your goal set in a way that it does not motivate you. Just last month, I had a client, and he's a painter, and he wanted to sell his paintings and make a living out of it.
Yes.
And I said, okay, so what's your goal? And he said, okay, I want to make more money.
Okay.
More money is totally abstract.
Yes.
It's a shitty goal. And
Yes,
it's
exactly.
a goal that a lot of people have, but it's not as specific. And
Yes.
your brain likes a specificity.
Yes.
So what's more money for you? Maybe for you, Shalini, more money is 3,000 euros per month. I don't know how many,
Right.
how much is that in your currency.
Okay. Yes.
But maybe for some other person is 10,000 euros per month. And maybe
Right.
for another person is 1,000 euros per month.
Right.
We don't know. We have to be specific. I have in my website, I have a booklet on how to prepare your goals so they are achievable. So how
Okay.
to state your goals so they are achievable. And it's available for download for free. So if you
Okay.
sign up, you can. I'll send it to you. The system will automatically send it to you in Spanish. But if you sign up, I'll send it to you in English because this weekend we finished the translation into English. It's
Oh,
just
that's
17
amazing.
pages. Yeah, it's just 17 pages, and it talks about how to go through the smarter filter and how to talk to your brain so your brain works for you.
Right. So you must
So when you
put the
procrastinate, yeah.
Yeah, you must put the
ahead.
website details down there in the comments. You must put the website in the comments there, so people
Okay.
can,
So website and
website, contact
email.
details. Yes. So you can do
Okay.
that by the end of the session. So I'm
Perfect.
guessing. I'm guessing that you're saying that if you're procrastinating about something, probably it's not as important as it is when something is important. Really, you'll kick yourself to do it. And if you're sitting,
Or the
right,
goal is not set up,
it's
or the
not
goal
set
is
up
not
in the
set
right-
up in the right
Right.
way,
Order,
so it will
yeah.
motivate you to do it.
correct.
Okay?
Yeah. So there is another person here, Dhara Purohit. She's a very good friend of mine. She writes, what advice would you give to someone who knows what they want and are struggling to fulfill their responsibilities? That's pretty much the
Okay.
question I asked you also when we were discussing, yes. So there are a lot of people who are torn between what I want to do and what I need to do. They're two different worlds, basically. So what are
Yeah.
the steps, or how should they get to what I want to do more than what I need to do.
Okay. So we all decide about our lives. Okay, there are several books that made an influence in me while I was studying, and there will be more books about that. One of them
Yes.
was the Four Agreements.
The
And
Four
one of the
Agreements.
four,
Okay.
yes. And if people want information about it, again, ask, and I'll send links because it's available and you can buy it, and it's translated to I don't know how many languages, and it's great. So
Okay.
you take responsibilities out of your own volition. You decide that you are going to be responsible about something. So you take a responsibility, and what we don't think about when we take a responsibility is that that's going to consume part of our time.
Yes.
And that's going to consume part of our resources.
Yes.
So what I've learned is that we only need three things to survive.
Okay.
Food, water, and shelter. And I know it sounds simplistic, but that's all we actually need, because we use need in a very casual way. But we only need food, water, and shelter to survive. Okay? So everything else are things that we want, that we desire, something that we want to have or to do. But it's not a need. And that's very freeing for me, because if I don't need to go on a trip on summertime, or I don't need to enroll in a specific course that maybe is not as important, then it's a desire, and then I can decide without the weight of needing something. Of course I need food, of course I need water, of course I need a shelter. That's it. That's the end of my needs.
Okay.
All the other needs are artificial, because we live in a society that grows through production, and production has to be sold to someone, and they sell it to us. So if you want to balance what your responsibilities are and what you want to do, look at your responsibilities. How many responsibilities have you taken without even noticing?
Right. And I might like to add that maybe what you want to do also, if considered as a responsibility that you have towards yourself, then that would be on the responsibility list that you're so good with, completing, taking up and completing. So, okay, so I have another question for you. Now, during the lockdown time, a lot of people said that I don't get time to spend with my kids, and I don't get time to spend at home, and oh, my workouts, there is no time for workout. And now Destiny has given them months together to spend time with their kids and to spend time at home, watch movies, just sleep, and work on their fitness, etc. And now they cry that they have too much time at home, and you must have seen that there is anxiety and depression, and all of us are going through so many rounds of counseling with people. So why do you think suddenly, when they get exactly what they were saying they were not able to get, why are they still unhappy?
Okay, so with the danger of repeating myself, if we go through life on autopilot, we say what everybody else is saying. We say, if you have a daughter, right?
Yes.
And she repeats sometimes what she heard you saying.
Yes, all the time.
And that happens with all kids.
Yes.
And they're a great mirror for people with kids, because suddenly you notice that you're repeating once and again the same sentence.
Yes.
And suddenly your kid goes like, yeah, I don't have time for that, Mom. And you're like, what the heck are you talking about? You don't have time for that.
Yes.
That's going in autopilot. And then we take that into our adulthood. So what's the greatest excuse? There are two. I don't have time for it, or I don't have money for it. Those are the two greatest excuses that are usually a lie. Because you have time to do what you really want to do, and you have money to do what you really want to do.
Yes.
So every time you say, I don't have time for that, my translation is, that is not interesting enough for me to assign time for my day.
Very true. Yes. Okay. So, guys, you can ask any question that you like also, while I'm keeping him engaged with my question. So I'm going to get all the learnings, and I don't want you to miss out on any. So please do put out your questions there. So while
follow-up questions. If I did not answer fully what you ask follow-up questions, it would be great.
Yes, in
I'm
case
here for you.
yes, in case your question hasn't been answered rightly. So Dhara, did you get was the answer reasonably good, Dhara? If she's listening, that is. I hope she's got the answer that she was seeking, and also the crumble what?
Yep. What to do when
The crumble pages.
procrastination
Yes.
dominates. Yes.
Yes. So while you talked about kids, I have a question here, yes, Sudhara says yes, it was great. So
Wonderful.
when kids look at at their parents managing and balancing, life wonderfully with you call it work, you call it passion, and also spending time with them, and also taking responsibilities and completing them. So what do they learn? What do you think? You said kids speak exactly the way parents do. So, that says that kids basically are replications of their parents to an extent. So what do you think kids learn when they see their parents doing a good job balancing all the spheres of life?
Repeat the question again, please, because I was reading crumble pages saying thank you and I didn't hear the question.
So the Simpson guy is
just
more
the final
interested.
part, like what
Yes.
kids learn, the final part.
Yes. So my question was that when you said that kids repeat what parents say, so kids are basically replications of their parents in many ways. What do you think kids learn from parents they see balancing their life well with all the spheres of life? They're trying to, like you said, they do a review. They try to manage the spheres which are having a low rating. What do kids learn from this behavior from their parents?
Okay, if that would exist, which I don't believe it does a lot, because we all are struggling to get our life balanced out.
Yes, it's a work in progress.
They will learn to balance their lives because they learn whatever they see. If you watch television for 8 hours every day, they learn that the way to spend your life is to watch television for 8 hours. But if you are aware of your life, and if you want to see how you're doing in your different areas of the wheel of life, and you do that, and you can even do it with them, because they just want to. And we're talking about toddlers, okay? They're not a replication fully, because then they're teenagers and then they rebel, and that's what they're supposed to do. But at the younger ages, they learn by imitation. They mirror whatever you're doing. So that way, it's great if you do that with them. It could be a game. Okay,
Yes.
So how many people have you helped if you want to work on the area of contribution? And how long have you been with yourself reading or whatever you do with a kid?
Yes.
And the different areas, they will learn whatever they see. And the big problem for parents is that they learn even what you are not aware that you're teaching them.
Yes. And they're learning
it's
that
so wonderful
faster.
Exactly. And it's so wonderful that I have a balanced life, because if I have a balanced life, my kid is going to learn to have a balanced life. I don't have to do anything. They will just, or she will just learn by observing.
Yes. So that's a good insight. I mean, I see my daughter picking up even a song that I look on YouTube. She's such a copycat. I'm telling you, she's just like her mother. Okay, so it was such a pleasure talking to you, Alberto, and I'm still encouraging the audience, if you have any questions, to put it down. And I think this is a good time you can just put in your email ID or your website details or something that they can connect with you here.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my email right now.
Okay.
It's right there. And my website is fairly easy because it's 3Ws.
Wait. Yes, I'm going to type that down. Yes, 3W.
Okay, my full name, albertocartier.com.
Alberto. I hope that's right. That's correct, right? It's a funny thing when
That's
the phone
perfect.
Yeah, you have the phone standing there and you have to type out like this. It's really
Yes.
funny. Yes. Okay, so Alberto, it has been such a pleasure talking to you, and with all the heavy accent that you have, I had my tongue rolling also for many words. That's so funny. You hear someone talking in a particular accent and then your words change. I hope you
I'm
have the same
mirroring
impact.
your accent. I'm mirroring. I can't have another accent if you want. We can talk with a different accent, like more British. Well, we can have fun with accents. Let's have fun
Yeah.
with it.
Yes. So it's been a wonderful session, and I hope our audience
Thank you
has.
so much.
Yes, I hope our audience has understood that life is so much fun if we pay attention to things that are urgent and important, and also things that are just important. You know, it's a great mix of different responsibilities.
Okay.
And hobbies and everything, like it's a great mix, no, like a nice concoction. Okay, so
Exactly.
fantastic. And I'll be in touch with you for sure. And if the audience, you want to be in touch with Alberto, he's given his email ID and website. If you just scroll through the comments, you'll find it there. And you know me, Shalini Gamre, so you can always keep connected with me on Instagram, on my email. Everyone has my mobile number. If you don't, you can just write to me and we'll be in touch with you. So thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
and addressing India. I hope it was a great
Yeah.
experience for you as well. Yes.
It was wonderful. Thank you, all of you. It was
Yes.
great.
I will see you soon, Alberto. All the best. Dhara says it was a great session. Thank you, Shalini and Alberto.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dhara. All the best. Take care, Alberto. Have a fantastic day. What's left of it?
Okay, likewise.
Yes.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great day.
Yes.
Bye.
You too.